Hello and welcome to Sound Disclosure, where we talk about all the best music news coming out of Scotland. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about KOOLKID and his publishing deal with Pure Music. We're going to have From Sorrow to Serenity and their new EP Trifecta. Stephen Jones is coming on to talk a little bit about that. We have new releases from bands in the Glasgow music scene, including number ones in the iTunes rock charts, and much more to come, including an old Glasgow favourite bursting back into the limelight. So what is Sound Disclosure? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself. It's just a random idea I had one day, and something that kind of grew, and I was just thinking about it, and I decided, you know what, I'm actually going to try and do this. Basically, I'm going to report to you guys at home, or wherever you are, on the music news content that I hear about. There's absolutely no limit to what type of content it is. I don't want to be seen as being a person who reviews bands' music. I don't want to just solely focus on bands releasing singles, whatever, albums. I want to cover everything that goes on in the music scene that I hear about. There's loads of artists out there doing some great stuff at the moment, despite the return of the bubonic plague. And I do believe a lot of these artists deserve time and recognition for their work. Arcade Break. You may have heard of us. If you haven't, then check us out. There's no bias in this show, which is why I'm putting Arcade Break, my own band, at the top. We released a single in January called The Manipulator. We released a single in March called Absinthe. And I do highly recommend you go check them out because I would appreciate it. So yeah, Arcade Break, The Manipulator and Absinthe, they're all on Spotify or any other music service streaming site. Check it out. Sticking with the theme of metal, From Sorrow to Serenity are releasing their new EP Trifecta on the 23rd of April. I managed to catch up with guitarist Stephen Jones at the start of the week to talk all things Trifecta. Now that Trifecta, your most recent EP, is out, how are you feeling?
Yeah, really good, man. It's been a few days now since the last single dropped. It's been months we've been working on it. Like, we started in October and we did the first single, and then at the start of the year we did Red Mist, and then it's just kind of culminated now in this third and final piece. And it was something a bit different. That it's like spending a lot of time on each song and like being able to put a focus on each song. Was something like a bit different from the usual sort of album thing where you maybe just go in and you're like gunning 10 or 11 songs and you maybe don't have all the time in the world to like be really, really specific with the details. But this time, like, we were really able to like hone in on the finer details and make sure that everything was the way we wanted it to be, and that was nice. And it's really good to see the reaction be the reaction is going really well. The idea was that we wanted it to be more than just like 3 random songs and to have a bit of a story in that. And it's good in the way that as well, the way that we did the lyrics. When we first had the demos, there was a bit of a theme in these 3 songs, and we were like, right, okay, can we look at these 3 and actually like make a sort of story, if you will. And that was pretty much the idea, you know. So it's got much more of a focus on like mental health in our own, lives, really, you know. I feel like you hear that a lot, like the sort of mental health discussion, but it's always a massive part of our lives. And over the last year with COVID and stuff, it's been like so prevalent in society. So it just kind of naturally came out in the way that we wrote the songs, and it felt right to talk about because a few of us were going through like things of our own. Like Andy's been diagnosed with PTSD not that long ago, and Ian has muscular dystrophy. He got diagnosed with that in 2019. So to then have a year at home just like sitting down and thinking about these things is just, it was something that we really wanted to do, because before we feel like we've kind of wrote songs about like the world and society and everything that's wrong with like politics and things like that, and then now it was just it felt like the right time for us to just kind of like let people in and help people understand who we actually are as people a bit more and talk about important things.
Thanks to Stephen. What a guy. Trifecta is out on the 23rd of April, and you can catch From Sorrow to Serenity on tour in July this year. All things going well. A bit late to the game here, but I'm going to take you back to the 5th of March 2021 when Mason Hill released their new album Against the Wall, which is a banger. The lads are supporting the new album with a tour in October 2022 where they will be hitting the road with Heat and Collateral. Check them out.
Several days later.
Hey man, do you know that Mason Hill are also going on tour in 2021 with Hollowstar and Empire?
Next up, we have Anchor Lane, who on May the 1st are streaming live to your house from the Dreadnought in Bathgate. What a venue. Tickets are available from the band's social media account. This is not one to be missed. At the beginning of the week, I had a chat with KOOLKID Ryan Laurie on his involvement with BTS, a #1 gold album, and his major publishing deal with Peer Music. Here is how it went. So Ryan, you've recently got a gold record. It was for your work on the BTS album Map of the Soul. How does that feel? That's pretty cool.
Crazy. Honestly, like if you had asked me the question, like how do you get a song to these guys, or like how do you get a song to like BTS or Justin Bieber or whatever, like I wouldn't have a clue how to answer it. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that it kind of just happened, out of the blue, randomly, it's like that. It's just literally mind blowing, and it's like it's a massive achievement for me, and it's just like started the ball rolling. Really, it's given me so much opportunity, and like hanging them up on the wall behind me. You know, like,
yes, yeah.
It's so amazing to be
pride of place.
Literally, like it's just so amazing, and it's like everything I've been working for, you know. So I've been working really hard for a long time. It's not like an overnight thing. I've been doing it since I was like 15. So yeah, it's just literally like the best feeling in the world. I'm super happy with how everything is going.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, definitely. You should be. Get it on the wall. Show everyone you're on a Zoom call with. Absolutely, man.
100%. That's what I do. I'm like, did you notice? Do
you notice this gold album here? No. Why don't I just bring it in? Nah.
Do you know what? Sometimes I feel bad though. Sometimes I think to myself, is that a bit egotistic? Should I have them there? Should I slide them along a wee bit? You know what I mean? Nah. Keep them there.
Keep it there, mate. It's the first of many. I've no doubt.
Oh, cool.
Right. How did you get involved working with BTS? You know, they're one of the biggest K-pop band. No, sorry, they are the biggest K-pop band in the world. They're, you know, all around just a massive boy band. I'm pretty sure a lot of people wondering, how did that come about?
Yeah, it was a weird coincidence. You know, I'd never really listened to K-pop, and I wasn't really a fan of it because I didn't really know it. I wouldn't go out my way to listen to it because it just wasn't my thing at the time. And we started writing, and I had this song the riff on my guitar that I wrote like a long time ago. Like we're talking a good few years before the song even came out. Yeah. I had it on my phone, and I just kind of left it there. I couldn't get any ideas like for the chorus, so I just left it. And then I was in the studio with my good friends Arcades, Matty and Max, who produced the tracks that we done. And we were in the studio and we started writing, and the song just started to kind of write itself. And then their manager is a very successful mixing engineer, and he mixes the albums for like BTS, and he mixes albums for Little Mix and everyone. And we basically had the connection through him. So we sent the track over, and they came back, and they just like they said they loved it, and they wanted to like take it, and they wanted to work with us on it, and to create what it is now. So yeah, it was a strange. I was actually in Amsterdam, and I was in Amsterdam airport when Matty called me and told me that they were taking it.
Oh, really?
I can just remember like, this is my first cut ever as a songwriter.
Yeah.
And
that's class.
Standing in Amsterdam airport, still drunk from previous days, and I was like, this is crazy. It's just the most thing ever. So yes, that's how it all came about, really.
You've recently signed with the largest independent music publisher in the world, Peer Music. So the question is, how has it been working with some really talented writers and producers in a virtual environment, obviously due to COVID and stuff? How are you finding that?
Yeah, it's been super strange. At the beginning of like the whole COVID scenario and lockdowns and everything, I was a bit worried because I was like, I would spend maybe 2 weeks every month, a week or 2 weeks every month in London, writing with with everyone there, and like I have a friend group down there, and like everyone would just write all the time. And whenever that stopped and like I wasn't travelling, I was a bit like, shit, what am I going to do? Like I don't know what I don't really produce. I don't really know anyone up in Scotland. Like what are we going to do here?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was before I knew what Zoom was, and then we found Zoom, and we found that we started using that, and now it's amazing. Like I'm not even joking. Like, I actually love it. I feel like I like it a lot because a lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it, but I like it because I have my little setup and I can just go and grab coffee whenever I want, and I can like, you know what I mean? You're so kind of, everything's easy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm really lucky that I've got this setup and I can do stuff like this. So yeah.
That's great, man. That's great. I'm glad. Big thanks to KOOLKID for the interview. I'm really looking forward to see what you come out with next, mate. Moving on. Management news now. A good friend of mine, Jay Burnett, sat down with Martin Lowe of Discovery Music to talk about all things that Jay has done in his management career. It really is a good read. I do recommend you go check it out. Jay talks about everything that he's done in his career. He talks about how to get involved in music, and he talks about a bit of his own personal experiences. The link is going to be down below for you guys to go check it out. If you like pop punk music, the 30th of April is a date for you. Glasgow pop punkers, Misplaced, they are releasing Fate and Fairy Tales featuring Say We Can Fly, which is their third release on their new record label, We Are Triumphant. The boys are currently away in the studio working on some new material as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Sticking with new music, Mark Sharp and the Bicycle Thieves achieved an iTunes rock chart #1 with their new single, Sink or Swim. The song also broke into the official UK chart, which is remarkable considering the band, who have been quoted as to have said they have no money, they have no label, and they have no idea what they're doing. Much like myself, boys, much like myself. Sink or Swim by Mark Sharp and the Bicycle Thieves is out now on all major platforms. And lastly, a very welcome return to the elder statesman of indie rock in Glasgow, Cassidy, who announced a 10-year anniversary show at the Barrowlands in celebration of their album Hope Street. Catch the guys on the 23rd of December 2021. I'm going to be there because I love Cassidy. Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of Sound Disclosure. As always, like, follow, subscribe, because that's what you do here. I really appreciate you guys checking it out. It does mean a lot to me. Any thoughts, any comments? What did you like about it? What did you hate about it? Just tell me. Please get in contact. Any news stories as well that you may come across that sounds really cool, really interesting, again, get in touch with me. And yeah, have a good one. See you soon.
Messy, but you got there.
I got there, man.